Okay, guys, so in the previous video, Mr. Premji explained how to find velocity when we're dealing with objects that are traveling in a circle. He also gave you how to find the period, and period is represented by a capital T. So do not get that confused with the smaller t that represents time. So period is the time it takes to complete one complete cycle, or we call that a revolution. And if you want to remember what a revolution is, think about the Earth orbiting the sun for one complete year, one complete circle trip around the sun. That is a revolution. Okay. So he gave us the equation to find the speed when we're dealing with the circle. He also flipped it or rearranged the equation so you can find capital T, which is period. Okay. And then also he showed you how to find the distance traveled in the circle, which is also the circumference of the circle. So that's previous math skills that you have learned, 2 pi r, but we're going to use that to find the distance that the object traveled in the circle. Hopefully by the time you get to this video, you should have copied down the notes that was from the video that was provided for you. So now we're going to take a look at the practice question. And the practice question says, a car goes on a circular track. So I'm just going to draw the problem out. Okay. And it's traveling with a speed of 30 meters per second. And then you're going to learn in the next lesson what these arrows mean and why they're being drawn this way. But for right now, just copy the picture as you see it. If the radius of the curve or of the circle is 90 meters, so radius, another recap, is just that halfway distance of the circle. That's 90 meters. And then you will also see the word diameter, and diameter is just across the entire circle. Radius is half, diameter is the whole circle. Okay. So we have a radius of 90 meters, we have a speed of 30 meters per second, and the question is asking for the period of the car's revolution around the track, meaning how long did it take for the car to make one complete lap. Well, based on the notes that you should have written down, and if you haven't written it down, push pause, go write the notes, and then push play and come back. So to find period, which is capital T, is going to be 2 pi r, which is what? The distance around the circle, divided by the velocity or the speed. Okay. So pretty much what this is just a good plug and chug. If you have the pi symbol in your calculator or even with your phone calculator, that will be under the scientific calculator. However, if all you have is just the basic calculator and you don't see the symbol for pi, then just know that pi is also 3.14. Okay, so that's if you do not have the symbol on your calculator or on your phone calculator, you can use 3.14 in place of pi. So now we're just going to take the information and we're going to plug and chug. We have 2 times pi times the radius of 90. And I put parentheses here so you guys can understand what needs to be calculated first for this problem. Or if you want to put everything in the calculator at one time, then it's best for you to put the top part in parentheses. So divided by your speed, which is 30. So as I was saying, if you want to put it in the calculator all at one time, Make sure you put parentheses on the top part of your fraction because that needs to happen first. Okay? What I'm going to do is step by step so we can see it. So 2 pi times my radius of 90, I get 565.2. And I couldn't find it on this calculator, so I used 3.14. Then I'm going to take that number and divide it by 30. So my period is going to be 18.84 seconds. So that means it took 18.84 seconds for the car to go around the track one time. The next video will be Mr. Premji explaining frequency. Watch that video, copy what notes you pull from the video, and then you will have another practice problem to do, and then you will see me again in order to help you with that problem.